So first of all, I'd like to thank Fame Finders and CSR Research Foundation for conducting this fantastic event on AI. Nowadays, for the last 1 year, I attended around 20 conferences and 15 of them had a topic related to AI. So everyone is talking about AI today. So this has become the talk of the town. Although there are many questions which are open, कि क्या हम लोग रेडी है AI के लिए और किस लेवल तक रेडी है एंड वेदर डू वी हैव क्लैरिटी रिगार्डिंग AI. बात मतलब AI टर्म सुनने में तो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, but when we talk from a business point of view, whether Indian companies are ready for the real AI in the global sense. So I'll touch upon a particular aspect of Indian business. I have been associated in the supply chain domain for the last 23 years, have worked in different industries. I've worked in pharma industry, I've worked in chemical industry for a long time. And currently I am working in IT distribution industry. So not exactly IT, but IT distribution. So we as an organization, we take the IT solutions to the customers and the consumers. And our consumers and customers are businesses. We are not a B2C, but a B2B organization. We provide complete end-to-end IT solution. How many of you are, utilize the services of, say, Blinkit or Zepto kind of apps? Everyone, right? Yeah, that is so common today. And I'd like to touch upon that particular aspect of the quick commerce business, the logistics that is involved, so that all of us as individuals can actually relate to this topic of logistics. अदरवाइज लॉजिस्टिक जैसे ही बोलते दिमाग में आता है बड़े बड़े ट्रक्स ट्रेलर्स, वही आता है दिमाग में, शिप्स एट्सेट्रा. बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट द लॉजिस्टिक्स इज ऑल्सो टचिंग यू एंड मी एवरी डे. नाउ दिस कंपनीज दैट आई जस्ट नाउ नेम्ड, दे आर ऑल named as quick commerce. And this particular quick commerce is the second stage of e-commerce, right? E-commerce started in India way back in 2010 or just before that particular period. When Amazon came to India first, they were first selling only books, right? If you need to order a book sitting at home, you can order it through Amazon.in. And now today, see the change that has happened. Now, this particular change that has happened in consumerism, in the world of business, the e-commerce and quick commerce, it is not that only those e-commerce companies are getting impacted by them, all the quick commerce companies. This is a revolution that has happened in the industry. And this habit of consumers, when we talk about quick commerce, what is the difference compared to the e-commerce? E-commerce में जैसे ही आप कोई order करते हो, Amazon आपको दिखाता है, you will receive it by, say, after 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, etc. And depending on your urgency, आप decide करते हो कि उसमें से कौन सा choice आपको लेना है. Like, if you want to pay, you can get it quickly. If you don't want to pay, you have to wait for 4 days. Now see the difference that Zepto and Blinkit is bringing. Now we are not talking about 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. We are talking about 10 minutes. And you need the product immediately. आप खाने पे बैठे हो, आचार खत्म हो गया. So जब तक खाना गर्म है तब तक आपको आचार चाहिए टेबल में. And then you are placing the order, you expect the material to reach in 10 minutes. It's so fantastic. Now there is another side of it, which is, even though it is not achar, we have become habituated in that 10 minutes and 15 minutes wala expectation in everything that you want in life. Whether it is your apparel, whether it is your, say, IT product, mobile phone, आपके पास ऑलरेडी मोबाइल फ़ोन है, बट स्टिल आप आजकल ब्लिंकिट प्रोवाइड करते हैं आपको, मोबाइल फ़ोन भी डिलीवरी करता है, IT प्रोडक्ट्स डिलीवरी करता है, you want it in 10 minutes. Now that is something which is impacting even companies like us. We are not an e-commerce company. Our resellers or the businesses to whom we supply, They want the material in 30 minutes and 1 hour. And that is the reason I wanted to link this to the world of AI that we are talking today. How AI is solving this particular problem or the consumer expectation. यहाँ पे आपके पास as a business you haven't got the choice. The consumer has the choice. आप कंज्यूमर के साथ आर्गुमेंट नहीं कर सकते हो कि सर क्यों आपको हाफ एन आवर में चाहिए, आप तो मटेरियल आज यूज नहीं करने वाले हो. Consumer will not give you response. Consumer will only say, if you can give in half an hour, I'll order it from you, otherwise I'll go to somebody else. Now this is where we see that the maximum utilization of AI can come in picture. And it can solve so many problems that the logistics and the supply chain industry is facing today. What are those problems? The first problem is, how do you deliver the goods quickly to the customer? The second, the biggest problem is, how do you handle the issue of inventory? Inventory means paisa, capital. Money of the company is blocked in the form of inventory. How do you manage that? You take example of quick delivery, how AI is helping in that particular aspect. Now, let's take the example of Delhi. From point A to point B, if the distance is only 10 kilometers, are you certain that you are going to cover the 10 kilometers in 30 minutes? Not really, right? It depends on so many other factors that you don't control. What time during the day? Is there a rally that is happening, a political rally that is happening? Is there a festival that is there today? There are so many other factors which is deciding कि आप वो 10 किलोमीटर का सफ़र आधे घंटे में तय करोगे या 1 घंटा या 2 घंटा लगेगा. And artificial intelligence can come in your aid here. Because it is based on data, the past data. It works on a system of data lake. So it will use the data that is available with the business for the last 2 years, 3 years on the vehicle movement. कितना टाइम लगा था, which time during the year there are festivals in Delhi. In general, although completely it cannot predict, which time during the year there will be political rallies. And basis that, the artificial intelligence system will actually suggest that instead of taking route A, if you take route B, which otherwise is not 10 kilometer but 15 kilometer, but you will reach faster. So that's how across the country, artificial intelligence is solving this problem of quick delivery. All these companies, the Zeptos of the world, the Blinkits of the world are using artificial intelligence to solve that problem. जब भी हम लोग distance की बात करते हैं, there are so many impacts that this traveling distance makes. One example is your fuel cost, the freight cost. आपको लगता है 10 किलोमीटर में कम खर्चा होगा फ्यूल का कंपेयर टू 15 किलोमीटर, बट पॉसिबली 10 किलोमीटर में आपका गाड़ी 1 घंटा वेट करेगा कंपेयर टू द 15 किलोमीटर जहां पे वेट नहीं करना है. सो द फ्यूल कॉस्ट पॉसिबली विल बी लोअर. द सेकेंड इम्पैक्ट दैट इट हैज, विच इज द मोस्ट बर्निंग इश्यू टुडे, इज एनवायरनमेंट. The time your vehicle is releasing smoke is directly impacting the environment. So if your vehicle is simply standing on the road and फुस-फुस करके पीछे से धुआं निकल रहा है for 1 hour, compared to your vehicle is traveling possibly 5 kilometers extra, but not stopping anywhere, the fuel consumption will be much, much lower and the carbon emissions will be much, much lower. So you see the impact of AI not only on cost savings but also on safeguarding environment. The second thing that I said, which is very, very critical today, अगर आप इंडियन गवर्नमेंट के टारगेट देखते हो फ्रॉम ए लॉजिस्टिक्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, इंडिया इज 38th इन द लॉजिस्टिक्स इंडेक्स ग्लोबली out of 139, I think. So India is at 38 and India is targeting to bring it down to below 20. लॉजिस्टिक्स इंडेक्स स्कोर डिपेंड करते हैं ऑन लॉजिस्टिक्स कॉस्ट. टुडे इंडियाज एवरेज लॉजिस्टिक्स कॉस्ट फॉर एनी बिजनेस अराउंड 14-15%. And if you go to developed nations, it is around 6-7%. So India is trying to reduce that logistics cost. Now, how logistics cost will reduce? This was one of the example that your freight cost, fuel cost, running cost, etc., your logistics cost can reduce. So AI can help you in doing that. AI can help in improving India's logistics index. The second important factor wherein the cost and the logistics cost impacts is the inventory cost. Now just imagine that Zepto जैसा company या Blinkit जैसे company, Delhi में they will have what is called a dark store. Inside the city there will be a lot of छोटे छोटे store जहाँ से आपके घर में 5 मिनट में material delivery होता है. Now that dark store is only for say 1000 square feet space. छोटा सा space है 1000 square feet. आप लोगों के घर उससे बड़े होंगे, right? Now in that 1000 square feet, every inch of the space is important for that organization कि उसमें कौन सा material रखे जिसकी demand है उस area में, उस locality में, not in entire Delhi. Within Delhi also different locality might have demand for different products. Again, AI comes in aid. AI analyzes the data of your buying pattern of that particular geography in Delhi and suggest the Blinkit and Zepto that आपको ये वाले product रखने हैं. And if you keep those products, the turnaround will be faster. That means आज material आया, शाम तक material sale हो गया. And more the speed of turnaround, your inventory cost comes down. And thereby your logistics cost comes down. And thereby the target of Indian government to bring down the overall logistics cost from 14% to 7 to 8% will become successful. And thereby the target of bringing India's logistics index from 38 in the world to say 14 or 15 will become successful. So for today, I will stop here by saying that this is how AI can actually help us achieving business results and take India to that 2047 Viksit Bharat target. Thank you so much.